First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Tonight, we reach the unofficial midway point of the season with a good Monday night battle, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Detroit Lions. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Amir Abdullah going to take it out of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Right away, here's Garoppolo to throw it. And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this, and now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Here's the 12th overall pick in April's draft, Jahmyr Gibbs. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Alexander Johnson finding his way behind the line and quickly to the football. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Goff. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Nothing open downfield, and he had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. Gone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So erase the red zone score. They'll have to dial that one up again.
And you know how difficult it is to strike in the red zone because things are a little bit more condensed. You got to go back to their play chart and see if they can dial up another one.
So the interception setting up a terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And they'll be looking to make amends for that first drive, which came to a rather abrupt ending.
Certainly did, and I remember going back to my notes before this game, and a lot of times when I scout a guy, I have a little section about how does he handle adversity. And in this case, a big check mark. He may have thrown the first interception, but I don't think he's going to throw very many more.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jacobs. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down. Well, this defense for the Lions, they were terrific a week ago in that win over Detroit.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And this returnable for Hill. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they come into this one riding that nice long win streak. And remember, next weekend is an open week for them. So if they can get the win here, a lot of momentum into that time off.
It certainly is. And if you're wondering if anybody's saying, boy, this is coming at a bad time, we want to keep playing, the answer can be yes. Because when teams are on a hot streak, they want to keep going. But what the veterans are telling the young guys in the locker room, an open week is always good, guys. Take it, and let's go with it.
A quick throw there out to Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. McGoff and Williams hooking up there for a Lions first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And a pretty big hole as he's down to about the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. The Lions sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And let's remember that last week that this offense, they played about as well as they possibly could play. Touchdown after touchdown. They were absolutely unstoppable in that game. They'll be hard-pressed to do it again. Repeat that.
There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Lions are able to stretch out their lead.
Bottom line, when you play a runner with these talents, you've got to be able to wrap up and get him on the ground. Or the first person who gets there, hold him up long enough for the next wave to get there and get him down. Otherwise, he will continue downfield and find pay dirt.
So an early 10-0 lead for him now as they kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. It's Brian Branch with it. If you combine last week and this week, he's got a hat trick going because he had 2 interceptions a week ago.
He's seeing the ball so well and understanding where receivers are and positioning. I mean, just watching him work with such great technique and paying it off by actually catching the ball when he has a chance, he's helping his team in a huge way.
Gibbs straight ahead. Oh, fine work there as he gets this thing down to the 11-yard line. 66 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Jahmyr Gibbs with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Lions are able to add on to that lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our scores. They kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Second down, Jacobs once more. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
How to approach this. Third down and 16 yards to go. Now Garoppolo. They swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to fourth down. Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Watch out for Hill on the return. It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And they will take over first and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
From the 44-yard line, here's second and a couple. Straight ahead with Gibbs here. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 96 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is gone. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the give, here's Gibbs. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. You look at this Raiders defense. Against the pass, they're toward the middle of the league, number 15 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And?
Too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes add up into points against you.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 25-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. A pretty sizable deficit here in the first quarter. This defense probably need to get off the field in those situations on 3rd down.
And you and I both know in this huddle before that last 3rd down play, that's exactly what they talked about. Let's make a play. Let's get off the field. Let's reverse the momentum. Instead, they got hit with another first down, almost back to the drawing board.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great. Because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
17-0 our score after one. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Out of the gun, they'll give to Gibbs. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions continue to pull away here in this first half.
You get in a 2nd and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Extra point try now for Patterson. And the lead is now 24. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
And nothing doing here is this time the run maybe gets them back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain on the play this time, and it'll be a 3rd and long situation coming up. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. Just a 2-yard pickup, and that should necessitate a call for the punt team here on 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he's on to punt for Vegas. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Here's Hill on the return. It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over.
Go, take it to the house.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Hand off now to Gibbs. And the safety, Trayvon Merrick, up to make the play defensively.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
From the 38 now, here's second down and 5. Now the former Bear, this is David Montgomery. Through the middle of the field, touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, his second touchdown on the season. And the Lions have opened the lead up to 30. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down, and you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. Patterson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Abdullah's going to stay put, and the drive will start at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 5 there, bringing up 2nd.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on their early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. Counter play with Jacobs. And some room to run now. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's going to be another frustrating end to a drive here. This offense, they've not been able to get anything going in this first half. And now it's going to be time to gather on the sidelines and try and figure out what's going wrong. Who has an idea? Who has a plan? Time to implement it.
On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. Fair catch called. It's taken in right at the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Goff now to throw. Setting up the screen. This is Gibbs. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. A good pickup there. 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out.
Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. He might take this all the way. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Lions.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules. And if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half.
Raiders 7. Jack Fox to kick off for the Lions.
So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. This to Jacobs on the toss right. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful.
I know the toss play begins with the guy taking the snap and turning around and tossing it to the runner. But where the real intrigue is, can they seal the edge, whether it's an offensive tackle or a tight end, in the direction they want to run the football? If they do that, that's the result that you get, that type of a gain. If they don't, oftentimes it's not a very successful play.
Here's Garoppolo to throw. That's going to be caught. It's Jacoby Myers.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there, because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
He's got some space. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. It's a gain of 4 there and gives them a new set of downs. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. A beautiful fake. Call it a 6-yard gain. Still plenty of work to do coming up. 3rd and 14.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of the tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
So here's a 3rd and 14. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the 1st. It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. Now a high kick, almost a pooch punt. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. 3rd quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 49 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ballgame. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they established that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here, because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a 3rd and about 2.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that, and that really chips away at your confidence.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And a pretty good burst there as he'll get this across midfield and down to the 46. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. We often give credit to the O-line there. 2 tight end formation. Those tight ends block pretty well also.
Yeah, that's one of the most dynamic positions in football now. The tight ends who can block at the line of scrimmage at the point of attack, and they can also get downfield and catch the football.
They'll bring a tight end in motion left. First down, they run again. Here's Montgomery. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. On second down, Montgomery. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. They were the 46 defense, just plugging up the middle.
And you know what the 46 means, right? That means you take up the first 3 guys, the center and the 2 guards. You cover them with your big people up front. I don't understand why you're trying to run up the middle against the 46 defense. The old Bears showed us it wasn't able to be done. They didn't get it done on that one either.
And he is going to have the Lions first down by about a yard as they find a way to convert there on 3rd down and 5. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets, because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Now they'll run it with Gibbs. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Second down, and they go back to Gibbs. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 4 yards to pick up, first down.
Another good run for him. What else is new? That'll put him right at 150 yards for the game, so he's really made his presence felt in this one.
They'll go again with Gibbs, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Second and 7 from the 20. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And he's going to be close to a first down as he gets this to the Raiders' 14. 69 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Hendon Hooker taking it in from 14 yards out. And the Lions take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Here's Abdullah from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Jacobs going to try the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8.
A nice carry by Jacobs, who's coming off a career year, just when it seemed like Vegas may have been ready to move on from him. Led the NFL with over 1,600 yards and was more than deserving of his first All-Pro selection.
Here we go, here we go.
On play action, now Garoppolo. He'll buy some time right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I'm sure it was a tough halftime trying to figure out some strategy to get things going, trailing by a lot when they went into the locker room. He's just trying every avenue to spark his team here to begin the third quarter. Not a lot going on that play, though.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
And this throw will be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Now a give to Jacobs running right. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. And no luck at all to start this drive as they're going to drop him behind the line for a 2nd straight play. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And shutting him off now open field. And he'll take this to the 47, but no further as they get him down well short of the line to gain. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Lions are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. On the end around, here comes Williams. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line.
Well, that play looks familiar because we saw them working on it in practice this week. And for a lineman trying to block on this play, they love when they get the defense moving in one direction. And when they try and change directions, it's a lot easier to pick them up and ward them off.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a 1st down.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a good stiff arm and some space to run. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 43. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 43. A give. This is Montgomery. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. The tackle by Matthew Ioannidis.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they have been superb. 5 for 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. Well, this is going to depend on the spot but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for fourth down. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So that'll be marked down as a 19-yard punt. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Now a 2nd and 10. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. A nice move gets him a few extra. Down just shy of his 20. And quickly they get to the line. Garoppolo going to try and throw on 3rd. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And it would seem as if their 3-game winning streak is about to go to 4, but still a little work to do as they start 1st and 10. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
On 2nd down, it's Knight. And down he goes at the 45 after a pickup of 9.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
And he is going to have the Lions 1st down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they will take a knee here. Clock counting down toward 40 seconds as they take the knee. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Lions, they run their mark to 6-2 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Las Vegas, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7.